And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. I am Daniel, and I'll be taking you through the next 2 hours of rugby, the final weekend of what's been an incredibly competitive Six Nations. And here we are on Super Saturday, as they call it, with the wooden spoon battle. A battle for the ages, the Welsh versus the Italians at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. I had the pleasure of visiting the Principality last, and what a stadium it is. Um, but before we get started, and you slowly trickle in, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support here. But let's get into and excuse me, I'm as you can probably hear a little bit sick, but I'm going to be pushing through and making sure that hopefully the rugby game keeps me alive and kicking as much as possible. But let's get into the lineups for this week and what this game should entail, starting with the Welsh team. Going through at props, we have Gareth Thomas and Dylan Lewis, with hooker Elliot D slotting in. Daft Jenkins, the captain, has moved from number 6 to number 4. The 21-year-old captain, recently appointed captain for the Six Nations, has moved, which means Will Rowlands will go to the bench. He has partnered with Adam Beard, one of the more seasoned professionals, really, in this Welsh lineup. The back three, the loose three rather, for the forwards in the Welsh team is made up of Alex Mann, Tommy Rafal, and Aaron Wainwright, all of which have actually had pretty good tournaments. Most notably, Aaron Wainwright. I've been really impressed by his the performances he's been putting in. The back line, we've got Thomas Williams, Sam Costello in a 9-10 combination. Wings, Rio Dyer, who's also been really good and making his name known on the international scene, which is great to see. On the right wing, we have Josh Adams. We have a 12-13 combo in the centres of Nick Tompkins and George North, and most importantly, George North's final game for Wales, an absolute, not just Wales legend, but world rugby legend, the 31-year-old calling time in his career. It really felt like he could have pushed it, to be honest, for one more. By one more, I mean one more World Cup cycle, and surprised he hasn't. But I mean, what an incredible professional that he has been for Wales over the many years that he's been playing. And finally, at number 15, they have Cameron Winnett, bringing up the rear. On the bench, it's Evan Lloyd. It's a 6-2 split today for Wales. So it's Evan Lloyd, Kingsley Matthias, Harry O'Connor, Will Rowlands, Mackenzie Martin, Kieran Hardy, Ione Lloyd, and Mason Grady. This bench taking a bit of scrutiny. Sorry, my mistake. It's a 5-3 split bench. But this bench, young and relatively inexperienced. I mean, not just the bench, but this whole Wales side. And lots of people giving Warren Gatlin a little bit of stick after the lineups were announced. But let's get into Coach Gonzalo Caseda's Italian lineup for this week. An Italian team that are fresh off a Scotland victory at home. And what a victory that was. I mean, pure emotion from the Italians. The grit to be behind and go so far ahead, but then still hold on to the lead when the Scottish came back at them. What a second half performance. But we've got a relatively similar forward pack from them. We've got Danilo Fischetti, Giancomo Nicotera, Simone Ferrari in the front three. We've got Canone and Ruza, the powerful lock duo, and then the absolute ball-carrying beasts of the loose trio in Sebastian Negri, Michel Lomaro, and Lorenzo Canone. At the 9-10 partnership, we got Stephen Varney and Paolo Garbisi, who have been working really well together, and both had exceptional games last weekend. Monty Ioane, who's absolutely rapid on the left wing, and followed by Louis Leinach, who's making his second appearance, having scored on his debut last weekend. the centre combination that the whole world of rugby can't stop talking about. Tommaso Menoncello, Tommaso Menoncello, and Juan Nacho Brex. Menoncello only 21 years old and just showing as how high a ceiling can be. Unfortunately, Capozzo is not at 15 this weekend, but we have Lorenzo Pani taking his position. On the bench, we have Gianmarco Lucchesi, Mirko Spagnolo, Girusso Siloci, we have Andrea Zibonini, Ross Vincent, Manuel Zulani, Martin Penzarello, and Leonardo Marin. That being a 6-2 split, as Leonardo Marin acts as their utility back, and it'll be interesting to see where he's utilized. So where does this game leave us? As I mentioned earlier, this is the wooden spoon race for both of these teams. It's the points themselves, Italy are sitting 4 points above Wales. So unless they with an 11-point points difference, so unless they lose and lose by more than 11 points, Italy secure that 5th position. Of course, if Wales get a win and a bonus point, they will go past Italy. Although what makes it very interesting is that Italy, in theory, could actually go up to 3rd if both the Scottish and the French lose and they get a bonus point win. Obviously, their points difference is much further behind Scotland and France. Italy are sitting on 7 points, while Scotland and France sit both on 11. So, and those are probably what the bookies have is the French and Scottish losing, so not completely out of the question. I really think this is, to an extent, Italy's to lose. They're the ones in the driving seat, and all the pressure is off of them. Although you wouldn't want to be this Italian side having come off such a competitive Six Nations only to end up in the wooden spoon again. So it's kind of a must-win for both teams, because I think for this Welsh team, being at home, you 0 from 4, haven't won a game this campaign. Obviously, they're in the middle of a complete rebuild towards the next World Cup, and Gatland's been given the reins and trusted with that. But it doesn't make the job any easier, and it hasn't been an easy ride. While they have been competitive, you're looking at 3 losing bonus points out of their 4 games, so they aren't always losing by massive margins, and have been competitive, but not getting across the line. So I think this team, as I said, at home, really could use with that win really. But going on to George North and the greater Welsh team, and I guess what's been happening with them, it's a really interesting one. We've seen a lot of their senior players retire recently, or leave the game itself, going to the NFL. But yeah, I mean, George North has just been an absolute stall for them. He's got over 100 caps, only 31 years old. I mean, he was probably not going to get to the heights of 140 caps, but he definitely had a couple more seasons in him. So it's a pity to see that these players are no longer being able to push as far as they once were. I'm not sure if that's a case of him just not having belief in the squad around him, or whether it's just a case of where he's wanting to maybe spend more time with family. But generally, you'd expect someone in his position to be able to potentially try and push for that next one. So it's a real pity to see him bow out of the game, following the likes of Dan Biggar, who also just recently retired after the World Cup. But the biggest talking point and the most exciting team, and everyone's half favorite, as we see George North run out now for the final time in front of a packed Principality, which is just how it should be, by the way. He'll be desperate, absolutely desperate to get the win on this final day. But they do have Italy that are standing in their way, and this is not the Italian team that we watched at the World Cup last year. The team that got given 80 plus points by both New Zealand and France. Granted, that was a completely different French team at the time. But this Italian team, kind of spurred on by the coaching change of Gonzalo Caseda and their captain Michel Amaro, only 25 years old, have really, really managed to be not just a thorn in the side and roll over, but managed to actually get over the gain line. I was commentating the England game in the first game week of the Six Nations, which feels like an age ago. um, and it was just amazing to be able to see how already they were causing a little bit of frustrations, but kind of disappeared in those last 20 minutes. Whereas you just saw them grow into the game. I mean, particularly, I think what's been impressive for me is their backline. I'm sorry, their backline has been, but their forward pack, that how physical they took the game against Scotland, and really what gave their backline the ability to express themselves a little bit more. I mean, we've always come to know, lots of flair players from the Italians, but that's often not able to get enough forward ball because of what the of the service that they're getting from their forwards, which is always a pity to see, because you want to see as many these exciting players, the Melancellos, the Garbisis, Varnis, Capozzo. These guys light up, or have the ability to light it up on the field, and there's so much cohesion there. However, when they aren't given enough service, I guess they aren't able to show their skills. So very, very exciting. Again, I think it's Italy's. It's there for the taking for Italy. I think Wales will be under a lot of pressure. I think a loss here at home for Wales could be, really significant in this reign. It'll be interesting to see if they continue with Gatlin. My hunch is that they still will, kind of regardless of this game, how this game goes, unless it's a blowout win for Italy, which I wouldn't expect. But you can't really write anything off. I think this Italian team just does have a very high seeding, and they're incredibly young. Really, both young teams, in fact, as we see Italy finishing up their national anthem and waiting for the Welsh one. And I see a couple people are slowly coming through. Please do engage. Hot lemon and honey with a huge portion of brandy. Go Wales. Alan Robinson, that is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, I'm not in the in the mother country of South Africa, so brandy is at a premium here. But the hot lemon and honey for sure get me on the road to recovery. But yeah, please do continue to engage, and let's make this a two-way street. I'll always keep my eye on the chat. So let's hear your score predictions. I think my score predictions are I'm going to go on a whim and actually say I think Italy's actually going to get this one over the line. It's I imagine the bookies have the Welsh just being at home, but I do think they have it in them to do that. I, I think it's going to be very tight, maybe 1 or 2 points. I think either way, it's going to be a close game, which means we're going to have a great afternoon of viewing, um, as well as Thursday national anthem. A couple of tears dropping from George North. I mean, how emotional is that? For me, bar none, the best anthem that there is in world rugby. It's just unbelievable, really stuff that you can't replicate anywhere else. The roof over at the Principality, it's quintessentially perfect Six Nations rugby, um, as they now line up. Yeah, I think for this Welsh team, it's where they've struggled is just I think settled players, right? They're just not a lot of caps in this team, and people who have played for a very long time. I was mentioning Adam Beard as one of their most experienced players. He's only I think last year got over the 50 cap mark, which is a very long and respectable career. But other than him, and now George North, with George North retiring, we saw how Australia capitulated at the last World Cup without the experience of Michael Hooper and Quade Cooper, who have just been on the international scene, seen it, done it, and won, and know what to do in those moments where um, others haven't been there and don't know how to, react to being shaken up by back-to-back tries, let's say, or being on the back foot consistently, not looking for answers, and just to take that calm breath. So I think that's really what the Welsh are looking for at this point. Obviously, their captain being of Jack Jenkins, only 21 years old. I mean, he's new into his career as a whole, never mind his international career. So, um, just a lot of inexperience. Obviously, this Italian team also being very young, but it feels like they've just been consistently on the circuit for at least 2 years now. And whilst they've been struggling, they did get that notable victory actually here this time 2 years ago at the Principality. They did win that game in the final moments of the game. Capuozzo, I remember breaking the line and giving it off for the try. But yeah, this is going to be an enthralling game, so stick along. Add your score predictions. And Robson, Wales by 10. Yeah, Aaron. So we are. I'm going to go 2 point victory. For Italy, which I think is probably not going with the majority, but maybe it's because I want that to kind of happen. But I think that's fully capable of Wales as Wales kick off and the favour is returned back to them, and now Tommaso Williams has the ball, sends it back to Costello, who launches one high. I think that's Montiani on the ball, who kicks it straight back down the middle. And they're going in a little kicking exchange here. Kicks it down the middle. Montiani has it again. He passes it off to Garbisi, who's on his left foot. In his 22, he looks for touch. He will find it. Will they keep it in play? They do. There's Tommaso Williams with a massive pass to Costello. He puts it up and under, and he's going to chase. Montiani has it, beats Costello, and looks like he's going to break the line. Yeah, he has broken the line. One hand off. Oh, God, BC goes for the kick, but is tackled mid-air and knocks the ball on. So they have a scrum advantage. They kick it long again to Wales, back into the 22. There's only one person home in Pani. And he sends it long into touch, and now the ball's finally out of play. Wow, I mean, we must have had about 8 kicks there. Montiani just absolutely going with a better check later to Costello, and a great tackle from David Jenkins just as Garbisi was going to kick the ball and forcing the knock on. Could have been dangerous if he could get that one away. They probably would have been wide in their own 22. But they take the line out successfully, and now it's in the midfield. They're taking it in. Tommaso Williams waiting for the ball to come out. So strong defense, all three Italian defenders pushing the Welsh attacker back there. Once again, Tommaso Williams at the back. Looks like he's going to send it up and under here. And he does send it high. And it's competed, and Rio Dyer manages to get the ball, and he's popped it off. Thomas Williams now gives the offload to Lewis. And now Costello gives it back. North has it, and he swings out wide. And now it's Josh Adams who steps on the inside, beats Varney. They bring him down, though, all the way on the right-hand side of the pitch, just before the 10-meter line of the Italian half. Thomas Williams gives it to Costello. And Wainwright pops it off. Is it a knock-on? Yes, it is. Good rush defense, that from Italy. Really good rush defense, because if they got that up wide, it could have been dangerous. Wainwright looking for the offload. Unfortunately, Dylan Lewis just a little bit behind him and not managing to hold on to that one. Started with a lot of intent, though, from both teams. Great take from Rio Dyer, by the way. I've really been impressed with him. He was, fairly young and fast, quite small for the international scene. Not that needs to be a defining factor, but You obviously need to be incredibly sound defensively. When you're on the smaller side, but I mean, competing in the air like he has, I think he's really grown into um, his role in this Welsh team. But now the scrum is taken. It's a link around, and Varney gives it off to the right hand side. And now it's Lewis Leinach who takes it down. His feet in touch? No, not quite. Menoncello goes to get the ball, but it's been stolen. What an absolute steal. I think that's from Costello, who just dives on it before Menoncello could get there. There was no other Italians inside after they broke the line. But is it turned over again? No, the Welsh still have it. Wainwright protecting the ball. Thomas Williams looking to probably clear it here. It's great break that from Italy. Probably a little bit too simple, and if they kept hold of that ball, they would have been deep in the 22 of the Welsh half. Gorbisi receives the box kick and sends it up and under right back, well chased, and a huge hit from Sebastian Negri and Menoncello. Oh, and they've won the penalty over Italy. They've won the penalty for holding on. I think that's Alex Mann who took the ball in the air and did not release. I imagine Gorbisi will line this up and go straight for post. He's been phenomenal with the boot. Obviously, a massive controversy around his kick to win the game versus France hitting the post. But, were the French coming and charging down? Should he have been able to gain 10 meters and retake the kick? I personally think so. I think he should have been given that opportunity. I was gutted to see that the Italians didn't get to win that game. It would have been their first ever win in France. But since then, I mean, this time last week in this first game, the ball fell off the tee again, as it did versus France, and he had a little smile on his face. And he's just one of those players. He's super likable. But he's been class off the tee. So I expect him to slot this one. It's about 30 meters out, a little bit to the right hand side. And he does so with ease. So that's first points on the board. 5 minutes gone. Italy lead 3-0. Yeah, it really wasn't the most intricate of plays from the scrum that really got the Italians into the Welsh half. So a couple of holes in that defense already. As Wales kick off, and Italian takes successfully, or is it successful? They're looking at a counter rack here. Varney has got the ball, but excuse me, the Welshman's still competing for it. Varney looking to send a little box kick here. Oh, what a take from Cameron Winnett. Gets up high early. No one really competing. Does well. And Wainwright takes a strong carry, but he's met with an even stronger tackle by the Italians. Here goes Costello. Gives it wide to Tommy Raffaele, who takes it down. Thomas Williams with a little chip and chase over the top, and it bounces up. Costello punches it back into the foot of Josh Adams, and it goes forward, but Italy just managed to scramble it. That's good work there from Lorenzo Pani, as he dived on the ball, because that was loose play, and if Josh Adams got that in loose play, he could have been gone. They're just outside their 22 now, are the Italians. Varney has it at the base of the rack, looks to line of a box kick for himself. I like that from Thomas Williams. So a little kick over the top. A little unlucky with the bouncer over the Welsh. It bounced straight over Costello as he just punched it back. Good competitive chase from the box kick, but Wales still have it, or receive it rather, and have the ball with it in their own 10 meter as they look to carry and go wide. George North with the pass to Guido Dyer, and he takes it down, and then good meters gained though. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Is he stolen? Yeah, you can't do that. Louis Liner, you can't do that. You can't steal the ball out of his hands while you're tackling, or while you're on the ground of the tackler. Good work there by Wales though. Got the ball out right quickly while the Italians went quite set. Obviously go for the side here. Costello doesn't really have too much angle to work with. He's on the halfway line, so will he be able to get to the 22? I think that would be a great result if he does. And he is just outside. Just outside. So a good kick though. You can always see those ones. It's a tough one as a kicker. It's like, do I go for the 5 meter and risk losing the ball, do I just keep it conservative but then risk just keeping it 10 meters ahead, in which case it doesn't really benefit us very much. As they take the line out relatively quickly, and they're looking to go phase after phase here. The Wales pick and goes. Even the backline players are around the ruck. Both teams looking to, I mean, common trainer World Rugby, just the ruck speed. Oh no, and they've gone too quickly, and now the Italians have stolen it. They're going wide themselves. Rex gives it wide. Monty Ioane has it now. He puts it on the toe. It's charged down though, and it goes into touch. So now the Italians will have a line out on the other side of the field, on the Italians' left hand side, um, just outside their 22. As I said, very quick ruck speed, trying to catch the defense off guard. But that is a phenomenal steal from Nicotera. He's gone straight over Rio Dives, done a little pick and go. Probably not the place where you'd expect him to be. And Nicotera is taking advantage of that. Nicotera now throws straight in to Ruzo, who takes it cleanly. Negri tries to get the pass away, but gets taken down early. Apologize, that's Michele Lamaro. And now Varney has it at the base of the ruck, where he'll send a box kick up. Monsiuani chasing. Oh, Josh Adams falling, kind of feet first. Luckily, there wasn't someone in front of him that could have got a stud to the face. But Wales have the ball and swing it wide to the left-hand side quickly. They're in the centre of the park at the halfway line now. Thomas Williams gives it back to Costello, who sends a boot straight over the middle of the ruck with the bounce. Handy little kick that, to be fair. He sent the Italians very far back. And now Pani's trying to beat them for pace on the outside. Doesn't quite, and gets tackled out from Costello. Good work from Rio Dyer catching up, and Costello chasing his own kick and making sure that he didn't get through. So great work. Unfortunately, Pani had a little slip there, so couldn't get his kick away. Had to try to beat them on the outside. Beat one, and it was not Costello. Apologies. It was Tommy Raffel with a really solid tackle there. I was wondering how Costello could have gotten that far. As the Welsh throw it in, Elliot D take it back inside ball. Rio Dyer, and he's absolutely been lined up. And it's another phase. They're working their way towards the 22 here. Again, very quick ruck ball. Seem to be piling numbers on the left-hand side here. I wonder if there's going to be a cross kick on the cards. But slow now. Italians doing well to slow down this ruck speed just to set their defense. Costello passes it on to Dylan Lewis as he takes it down. Costello gives it off again on Rafael. Or is it knocked backwards, knocked forwards? It's a loose ball, it's knocked backwards, and it's been kicked forward by Italy. George North is there to clean up the act. Does he have support? They should be able to beat this. Oh no! The turnover. I thought he was off his feet. Really good defense so far by Italy, not able to slow down that ruck speed within a couple phases, and then just that rush defense putting them under so much pressure. Again, Nicotera right at the heart of it, does actually well to stay on his feet. George North not releasing, and I think this should be in another kickable position for Garbisi. Absolutely, it's about 35 meters out this time. Similar position, a little bit further back and a little bit more to the right. But shouldn't be a problem for Garbisi. You feel the Welsh are just really trying to go as quickly as possible and get a wide as quickly as possible, but not able to kind of figure out, or rather, the Italian defense is just matching everything that's getting thrown at them. A very similar position for Garbisi as he lines it up, kicks it, and it's straight through the middle. I mean, he's just got such a repetitive action. 2 steps, kicks through the ball, head down. He's not the biggest kicker in terms of distance, but my word, is he accurate. Yeah, really, really impressive start from the Welsh. Just 30 minutes have gone, and they lead 6-0. Actually, haven't spent that much time in the Welsh half, but just when they don't have the ball, the Welsh aren't making very many meters. Nicotera with a massive carry, but it's stolen straight back. Wow, that is huge from Dylan Lewis. massive carry, big tackle, goes down over the ball, and now they have a penalty in the 22. Yeah, I didn't go straight over that ball. It was actually Def Jenkins who made the initial tackle. Great follow up from them. So it'll be interesting to see if they go for the line here. They could definitely get close, very close to the 5 meter. Um, so they're just checking something. Oh, they've changed it around. Penalty Italy. I think they said Rio Dyer was blocking. Oh, no ways. That's tough. He bumps Negri in the back. Probably a professional foul. Somewhat does it, but Negri's on the ground so early, and now they've gone against him. I think that's really tough against Wales. I think that's really, really tough. I don't even think Negri would have got there um, ahead of Dylan Lewis. I was chasing the ball, trying to get to wherever the tackle's going to go down. Hits Negri. Negri goes down, and now they've given it as an obstruction. But the Italians clear. They managed to get to the halfway line, and they take a line out successfully. One carry through to the halfway. Now they're over the halfway. Ooh, that looks like could be head contact. Should be fine though. No one seems to be making any fuss out of it. The ball is very loose as the Italians just get past halfway, but it's stolen back. Incredible work at the breakdown from both teams, really. Both trying to figure it out. That was Elliot D. um, it was straight over Lamaro as the ball was loose at ruck time, not releasing again. And Wales have it back. San Costello now missing touch. That's a big, big miss from him. Um, yeah, that's a real fatal error. They managed to kick it back out, so they still have a line out, but it's a lot further back than they would have hoped. Just inside the 10 meter line, the Wales, and they actually look to maul it here. 6 man more, um, making slow meters. Um, are the Welsh, but the largely been figured out by the Italians, and Thomas Williams is called to get the ball out. Oh, it's such a bad error. Not a great pass, but spilled by Tompkins. Pass at his shins. Yeah, they're standing so far away. It's like, why are you? Surely you get a little closer to your scrum off there. It's not the best. Like, it could have been better. Not good hands as well, but it's a dipping ball. Help out your scrum off. Get a little closer to him. Well, I was looking a little rattled here. Must admit, they're looking a little rattled, and I do think Italy would like to take advantage of that. Um, 17 minutes gone. Again, most of the rugby, to be fair, is actually being played in the Italian half, but they're still looking in control of this game. Wales just keeping the ball, but not really being able to go for many, many phases at a time. And it's a penalty to the Italians as the scrum goes down. It's Lewis who's penalised for going down. Being outscrummed by Danilo Fischetti there. On their own 10 meter line are the Italians in the middle of the park, so not able to make up a whole lot of distance. It was kind of gone almost dead sideways there. Has got BC. They've got their way to the 10 meter line in the Welsh half, but it'll be their line out. Yeah, Nicotero with the throw, cleanly taken. Varney straight out wide to a part of carriers. Menachillo with a strong carry. Varney now gets it wide again to a pot of forwards. We're coming around, well defended. Varney and a loop back around. Garbisi now has it, and he pops it off to Melancello, who breaks the line. Monty Ioane now is wide to Ruza. Ruza takes it down. Does he have help? Would it be stolen? It looks loose, but it's fine. Varney now takes it. He needs help. And he takes it down. They're on the 5-meter line now, the Italians. Is it being held up? No. They need to protect this ball to Italy. Well, they're leaving it for Wales to steal. They've done well to keep it, though. Here's Ruza again as he puts the ball between his feet. They're 1 meter out now, are the Italians. Scrambles back to his feet. Right on the left-hand corner of the field. 1 meter out. They're going to pop it out. Lamaro gets taken down, driven back a little bit. Ball's loose. Ruza out to Ferrari, who takes it in. Here's Varney. And they have advantage. Italians have advantage, so they're going to play around with it a little bit. They're going wide. Ioane is through, and he is under. That is unbelievable from the Italians. Melancello initially breaking the line. Now getting all the way forward to the front left-hand corner. A couple phases close. Get the advantage. Swings it out wide. Garbisi holds it just 1 second, a little longer. Keeps the Welsh guessing as they continue to spray out wide. Monty Ioane, he's just next to him, pops it off, and he runs underneath for his 13th try in an Italian shirt in his 30th appearance. But great move initially after the line off on the centre of the park. Just looping runs. Garbisi loop. Melancello catches, who pops it off after his tackle. Monty Ioane catches, pops it off to Ruza to take on. Just amazing support being shown by the Italians. And great finish in the end there by Monty Ioane as the Welsh defence was scrambling. An 11-0 lead for the Italians into under 20 minutes. Could be 13 if Garbisi gets us over, which he would expect to. Oh, he doesn't. Kind of happened last weekend. He sprays it wide. Not that close, to be honest. He missed one very simple kick last weekend and hit a lot from the corner and longer ones. Aiden says, brother, what's wrong with bloody Wales? This is the question. And this is the question. I don't know. What are your thoughts? As I said, I think it's a mix, the lack of experience, mixed with I think they need to get that first big win under the belt, and I just don't think they mentally are at a point where they have a lot of self-belief at the moment, and that takes a lot. I just don't think there's a lot happening in that back line. Just the loss of Dan Bigger, largely. I think the forwards are okay, but yeah, just really, I think that back line needs a lot of help. And it's nothing against Costello because I do think he's a good flyer, but he's still learning his trade on the international scene. Yeah, ask Gats, says Alan. Agreed. We'll probably hear from Gats afterwards. As the kickoff was taken, and the favours returned into touch, as the Welsh had a line off, but now they're given a short arm penalty. I think it's for the Italians not giving them enough room. Line time. They call the scrum here at the Welsh. I really would like tis the Dragons. Is the Dragons the issue? Says Victoria's Secret. Thanks. Yeah, the good old Drags. I mean, you're really looking at a union that's financially in a whole lot of trouble. They're only two professional, very competitive rugby teams, and the Scarlets and the Dragons. There's a lot that needs to happen in Welsh rugby to turn it around. And we're looking at a team not too long ago that was winning, winning the Six Nations and Grand Slams. You think the Welsh choir is the issue, the singing? I must say that's my favorite part, so I hope that's not the issue because I don't want that to be taken away, Victoria. I think I love the choir; they've been there, but maybe it's out of the old, in with the new. Plug in some EDM or something. But no, you can't take that choir away. Not from us. Not from us. As there's a scrum reset now. The Welsh should put it in on the halfway line on the left hand side of the pitch. Wainwright pops it off to Thomas Williams, who gives it wide, looping around, and it's a good move here. And it's unlucky. Oh, he goes for the kick, Menicello, but he misses it. Josh Adams now kicks it. No, they've called knock on. They've called knock on. Great defense though from Italy. I mean, it's a really well worked move. Italy have flair and pizzazz. The score is 11-0, Power Bite 92. 11-0 after 24 minutes. Italy really, their defense has been rock solid. Just the Welsh cannot figure it out. As I was saying, they look like a really well worked move. Pretty slick. Getting hands out wide. Just need a one more offload. And just when you're getting put under so much pressure with that rush defense, the pressure to get that pass off so quickly is difficult, and it just did not go to hand. There's an injury here. I'm not sure how serious it is, but so can the Drakensberg Boys Choir. Maybe the Drakensberg Boys Choir should start singing it at poker games. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe we'll go in the direction of Wales Rugby. Maybe they'll come sing with the Welsh Choir. That could be the answer. They need a bit of book flair. They haven't got enough book imports. I think that's the answer. Flair and pizza. Okay, I see what you said there. Pizzazz. I got you, Alan. I got you. But yeah, as I was saying, I think the Scottish are in their best. It's the best Scottish team we've seen ever. It's probably the most South Africans they've ever had. I mean, correlation or causation? You tell me. I mean, it just looks like the Welsh don't know what to do when they have the ball in hand. They're taking it wide every time. I think that could be a little Roman spa. Thanks, Victoria. I imagine your name isn't Victoria's Secret, but I'm going to call you Victoria because this is the only thing I'm working with here in the chat. But yeah, keep the chat flowing, guys. It's nice to have a little bit of back and forth. And I want to hear score predictions. I want to hear what you're thinking about that Wales by 10 prediction from the beginning. I mean, we've seen a lot of big turnarounds. If you think of that one versus Scotland, Wales losing 24-0 in the first half and only losing by a point. So Wales aren't they're used to coming from behind, which is a pity because if they just didn't come from behind, I think they would be obviously in not much better position, to state the obvious, but they fully are capable of it. But just how far can they go behind? As the scrum is finally reset, Italy look like they're going to get a penalty here, and they do. Very powerful scrum, excuse me, by the Italians. As again, the Italians win their second scrum penalty within the last 5 minutes, as Gobisi will have the opportunity to kick for touch and try to get it up to the 22, as he does successfully. And they're going to be 15 meters out. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm sure you can hear that I'm well sick, but pushing through. As Alan said, hot lemon and honey with a huge portion of brandy. Unfortunately, you don't have either of those, but here we are. The lineup does not go to hand, but it's managed to bounce back towards the Italians as Varney takes it down there in the middle of the park now, within the 22, as they spread it wide. It's taken down. Varney has it again, passing it towards the left-hand side. It's a little loop around. They're playing with such confidence, these Italians. They just know where their outside man is. They know exactly who's looping. I mean, when you're seeing props with little pop balls out the back door, the team's got their tails up. So, he goes for a cross kick, does got BC. And now Rio Dyer could get the ball, or it doesn't bounce up for him as Leinach takes it. Back now Menoncello, but it's ripped out of his hands, and now it's Welsh's opportunity to counter attack. They got the balls in the wrong hands. Oh, it's a great tackle from Ruza, or it might be Canone, I believe, because there were so many numbers out wide there for Wales, but now they take it wide. It's Thomas Williams who beats one. He goes on the inside, and he's got help on the insides. George North, who gives it back. Josh Adams is now breaking away. That's a 22 now, Wales. There's someone over the ball. That's going to be a steal. It's an incredibly good steal that. I mean, Michelle Lamaro, the captain, fantastic. Getting straight over the ball, and they absolutely needed that. Gave them half a second. The Welsh gave him half a second to get over the ball, and absolutely he did. An initial rip out of Menoncello's hands from Tommy Raffel. Great work. Thomas Williams does so well to dummy on his outside, get back in. George North pops it back in. Then the subsequent tackle was just executively got it back from Lamaro. A decent defence, to be fair, from Wales. It didn't allow the Italians to continue playing in their 22, and they got the charge down in, which led to the breakaway. Last time the Italians did this to Wales was 2,000 years ago. Well, also, to be fair, 2 years ago they won here. So 2,000? 2 years ago, and previously 2,000. But yes, as the ball goes out for a line-up, they've taken it, and now the Italians are in the middle of the park. Just inside their half. Well, showing good defence so far since the last try. As Varney lines it up for a box kick. Good chase by Margiani, but good take by Josh Adams as well as he evades the first tackle. Wainwright steps inside, gets two people to take him down. Thomas Williams with the ball. Adam Beard takes it in now. Big hit. Thomas Williams lines up the box kick return. Matthew Dixon, so glad I saw my Subaru prediction. Matthew Dixon, tell us what was it and what is it now? We want the truth. My prediction was a 1-point Italian victory, which is, to be fair, not looking very accurate at the moment. What's going? Darren Sib, how's it, Owens? How's it, Darren? Welcome. You join an enthralling game. Italy leading 11-0 in the 29th minute as Varney hits a massive box kick and goes quite deep, actually, into the 22, and they'll call a mark. Too far. And he taps and go quickly as Thomas Williams. He kicks it on his left boot, which I don't think is a strong boot. Garbisi now has it on the back end, and he kicks it back into the Welsh 22. Oh, run into each other. Oh, that is just not what you need if you are Wales right now. That is just so frustrating for the Welsh. Win it. I mean, Garbisi, not a really great kick, to be honest. Come deep into the 22. Over Winnett's left shoulder, and Costello running forward. I had no idea they were there. Run into each other and just knock the ball on. So now they are going to be 15, 18 meters out with the scrum of the Italians, with a very strong scrum. There's actually a change here. Nicotera's gone off for a head injury assessment. As Lucchesi comes on, number 16. I mean, there's nothing a front rower loves more than coming on straight to a scrum. Was Wales by 10, but now Italy by 3 is Matthew Dixon. Yeah, good turnaround. Good turnaround. It's crazy that that's a significant 13-point difference, but both are, like, at least before this game, pretty attainable and still attainable now. To be fair, we've seen some big comebacks from this Welsh team. As the Italians go blind, as Kanu takes it in. Good counter ruck here from Wales is slowed down. All the way on the left hand side on the 22 now, just inside. Um, Varney trying to enforce, trying to make it as if the Welshman was blocking there. Gobisi with a little chip over the top. It's Pani with the had it just bounced over him. If he had it and popped inside, there could have been a try there. A great little kick from Gobisi, just the deft touch. Bounces up, just again a little bit unlucky maybe with the bounce. I think he starts looking toward. He's anticipating the contact already, which is what everyone tells you not to do. Obviously, easier said than done, but takes his eye off the ball and knocks it on. Goes out into touch, and they've actually gone for the line out, so Wales throw it into the middle. Both teams' lines have actually been solid. To be fair, I don't think either have been turned over as Wales take it down. Trying to get the tackler to roll here. Italians remaining firm. Imagine Thomas Williams needs to get rid of this one now as he chews it up. And he sends it high and wide and into touch. Montiwani will not take it quickly. As being encouraged, has a little laugh with the crowd, trying to spur him on to do something that he shouldn't do. 31 minutes gone. Good work by Wales not to concede more, to be fair. I mean, the Welsh actually really haven't gotten really close to that Italian 22 in the last 15, 20 minutes. They were spending a lot of time in the Italian half in the first half of this half, the first 20 minutes of the half. But since then, haven't been at all. As they're going through a couple phases, do the Italians and push it all the way to the right hand side of the pitch. Uh, Now taking it up the middle there, 35 meters out here. Varney, Gobisi, Leinach is there, offload on the cards. Tries to get it off to Montiwani, but doesn't quite get around it. It's thrown him back. I think that was Josh Adams. Good work from him. So the Welsh have it back. A lot of turnovers in this game. Wow. They're trying to go wide again, but they have no one to go to. Tompkins is stuck. Winnett is now kind of stuck. They've got a penalty. High tackle. I mean, that is criminal. A game from Wales. You cannot just start running it up in the back before you gain a bit of gain line advantage. A set Italian defense who has been reading your attack the entire game. Now, I guess they weren't entirely set because it was a recent turnover, but still, in your own 22, oh no, and he hasn't found touch as well. After, oh, has he? They brought it back. Jeez, they needed that. Because they just finds touch, must have had his toe. Um, so he's jumped out. He started in touch. That does not count. Um, okay, so now Wales have it. Line out as they take it up the middle to a strong carry. Alex Mann takes it in. At the halfway line now, Wales. George North takes it in, making a little bit of gain line advantage. Thomas Williams gives it wide, but he is met by a strong Shetty as he puts the kick through. It's a good kick, really good kick. I think that was Costello. Or was it George North? It was George North. Great kick. I think just outside the 22 now. I think this is what Wales need to do is try get playing as much of this ball in the Italian half, even if they don't have the ball themselves, but just stop playing that territory game. Almost a 50-22, to be fair. Just the kick wasn't quite from his inside his own 50 meter, but it's inside the 22 meters. The Italians have a line out. 35 minutes gone, 11-0. One try to the Italians, two penalties, and a missed conversion. Oh, they're going back to check here. If he was inside 22, no, he was not. As Ruza gets up, they successfully take it. One carry in, comes off one, taken down. Varney has the ball at the back. He'll set up a drop, box kick himself. Sends it up. Great take by Josh Adams. That is his hard in the tackle between Negri and Ioane. That's got to hurt. But fair play. Josh Adams knows how to take a hit and take a high ball. As now Thomas Williams tries to get some quick ball here for the Welsh. Seems to be now working. They're going left and left again. Little catch at standstill is not going to help them as they're driven a little bit further back here. The Italians still going left. Thomas Williams, Wainwright. Did he try to put it on the toe there? Or did he just knock it on? Hasn't really been able to impose himself in this game yet, as Wainwright. He has tried to put it. Oh, and he did put it on the toe, to be fair. And he shouldn't have brought then out into touch. That would have been quite something. It's kind of just, you just get that feeling that Wales are searching for ideas here. Italy take another successful, really a lot of finals this match so far. Vani sends it, tries to send it high, but it's charged down. Garbisi now tries to evade one and puts it on the toe himself. Good kick in the end. Now Dyer has ball. He's running forward. The criminal. Now they're being counter-rucked. All the Italians get this ball. Then it should go straight over it. And is it knocked on? Who has the ball? It is bouncing everywhere. And Italy finally jump on it. It's really rookie from Rio Dyer there. And now it's gone back towards the Welsh. This is so loose. Going left now. The Welsh trying to go wide. George North beats one. Negri takes him down though. Great tackle. They're at the halfway down on the right hand side of the field here. The Welsh. Tompkins at scrum off. Oh, it slipped out of the hands of two hands. But both have gone backwards. Jeepers, this is getting really scruffy. Promised to be a wooden spoon game. We see exactly why that is from the Welshman, unfortunately. A little more conservative. To a 45 now for Thomas Williams will put the box kick. As Adams, Ioane taps it back, and Italian, I guess Negri jumps on it. Penalty for Wales, though. This is very big. Very, very big. Must have been for holding on. I know, maybe entering from the side from Lucchesi, the substitute hooker. Is it entering from the side? I think so. Now Cristiano's going to go from the corner. So they about they're 5 meters into the 22 here. Didn't quite get as far as he maybe would have liked. But this is an amazing platform here. 2 minutes left in the half as the Welsh look to take advantage of this position. Wainwright gives it off. And it's Tompkins who takes it down and knocks it on. It's another missed opportunity by the Welsh. I mean, this crowd is egging them on. Please give us something. It's a great rip though from Kobisi. Holds him up in the tackle and just rips it out of his hands. Unlucky for Tompkins. He didn't knock it on by any means. He was taking it in, but yeah, it wasn't really quite tucked underneath the wing there. Yeah, these villains really have been very impressive on defense. Yeah, I've been impressed by their composure and just ability. Just as soon as the Welsh tail's been up, which has happened a fair bit, there's been a lot of loose ball. Just knowing when to get that crucial turnover, ripping the ball, just putting them under a lot of pressure, forcing it, and just not letting them play the game they want to play. Um, so it's a scrum here, 15 meters from the Italian line, a minute and a half left. imagine Italy will just try to get as far afield as possible and try withstand one more Wales onslaught for the end of the half. I don't think they'll be able to wind on the clock for a minute and a half. But let's see what they do. I imagine it's just too close to their lines, but too risky. Or another penalty against this Welsh scrum. They are getting absolutely mauled. Gareth Thomas now blown up. Yeah, I mean Ferrari is just eating him there, taking him to ground. Yeah, again, just relieving pressure for Italy. Everything just seems to be going Italy's way. Um, there's 30 seconds left on the clock. They kick for touch just inside, or between the 10 meter and the halfway line for an Italian line out in their own half. And I imagine they'll take this play a couple of phases and kick the ball into touch and take the 11-point gap. But you never know. Maybe they'll run it, or they take it, or they're going for more. To be fair, they lost the ball. They have lost the ball. It's gone straight through somehow. And now Wales have one last opportunity of the half. Time is in the red. Going line, but that rush defense. Costello tries to find a gap. No, it's Nick Tompkins who tries to find the gap and just gets eaten up in this rush defense. Tompkins again takes it forward, beats one. Ross Williams thought he might have knocked it on there, but he hasn't. Adam Beard takes it forward, puts it back. They're in there and on their own 10 meter line here, the Welsh. So this is going to take a big push. Actually, a little chip over the top from Thomas Williams. Oh, it's an unlucky bounce for the Welsh. They still get it back. No, they don't. George Hawks just misses out, and the Italians have it now. They clear it out. Oh, no, kick it out into touch. Yeah. Ooh, that's unlucky. Two of those kicks have actually worked for Thomas Williams. Just both times been a bit unlucky with that bounce. Um, That's got BC puts it into touch. Um, that brings to close the first half of this game as the Italians lead 11-0. One try from Monty Ioane, a missed conversion from Kobisi, but two other um, two other penalties from Kobisi. So that brings us to the end of this first half coverage. And that is, I'll join you again for the second half. Please stick around. This has been a lot of fun so far, but guaranteed to be an exciting second half. So I'll see you there. And we are back for the second half. Italy versus Wales. Italy winning 11-0 at the moment. One try from Montijuani, missed conversion from Paolo Gabisi, and two penalties from Paolo Gabisi. As the Italians kick off, it's been a really, really good game so far. But as the Italians kick off, even to the Welsh half, Welsh take it down and a box kick sent up. Oh, but the Welsh get it back. Is this a resurgent Wales team who looked like they'd run out of ideas on attack with a very, very strong Italian rush defense, kind of answering any question that was thrown at them? Costello puts a little grubber through. Gobisi's there, goes straight to hand. Finds the turf here. Could be an awkward bounce. Costello gets it back. Not too much time, but sends it. Little war here. Oh, Gobisi trying to run this. Does not beat, barely beats Rear Die, but now taken down. It's on the halfway line here for the Italians. They have the ball, and Varney now will send this one nice and high. And the box kick is claimed by Wales as they take it down now. One phase in towards the right hand side. They're on their own 22. And it's Thomas Williams who now return the favour with a kick. As BC takes it very cleanly. Largely, to be fair, pretty good work underneath the high ball from both teams. If that continues, now Sebastian Negri takes it forward. They're on the literally on the halfway line now in the middle of the park. Varney's going to send this one up. Both teams looking to obviously just try to play the territorial game. Not too much running involved this half yet. When it takes, it gets a big hit on him from Romaro. As they send it wide, Rio Dye tries to kick, and he gets quite like he was charged down, but goes off out of the hand again. No ideas really from the Welsh team, and I think that's what the Italians will do. I think the Italians will be fine playing rugby in their half, telling Wales, okay, cool. We think we've got you figured out from a defensive point of view. Run at us and let's see what you can do. You're probably going to concede penalties, and we're going to put you under more and more pressure. They take the line off though. Costello sends a very high ball wide. Oh, unfortunately, no, not quite going to hand, but Wales now taking it back. I like that high and wide ball though from Wales. Their kicking game is probably what's getting them furthest. Easily from Costello and Thomas Williams so far. Now they, excuse me, they make their way towards the 10-meter line. In the Italian half, look to build a little bit of momentum here. Will they go to the toe again? No, Costello has it. Oh, Beard almost gets in front of him, but just slows down his run enough so the pass is not forward. Costello gives it to win it, and now Rio Dias on the outside. It was far too easy from Italy. They just let him know. Thomas Williams is now taking it in. He takes it down. They're in the 22. Rio Dias now got the ball, but he's under a lot of pressure. Wainwright. It comes in just in the nick of time because the Italians were swarming for that counter ruck. And now Wales have their tails down. The crowd is on their feet. They are desperate for this Welsh team to bring a little bit of something to this game. Thomas Williams goes right again. They're into the 22 now. Italy remain firm. Alex Mann takes it in inside the 22 now. Oh, what has happened now? What have Wales done? Head roll. A head roll on the clear out on Sebastian Negri. Just so rookie. Poor defense, though, to be fair from Italy. It's their first real mistake. They just managed to get it pretty easily out wide. Maria dies. First 5 meters are just so fast that he gets past. I believe it was Montijuani. But yeah, cannot do that. Adam Baird cannot do that. The neck roll and the clear out on Ruza. Had their tails up. Slowly, Wales. They're building. This is it. They just haven't been able to capitalize when they're in the right spaces. They've spent a decent amount of time in the 22s, but just couldn't capitalize. Yeah, Rizzo was all over the ball and it's just right around his neck. As the Italians win their lineouts and is Nicotera back on the field? It looks like he is. He has breaks. Nicotera, oh, Ioane has split the line. And here goes Pani. There goes Pani into the 22. Oh, it's inside. He's gone. It's a try. Oh, my word. That is out of nothing, Italy. And he's given it the Sui, the Cristiano Ronaldo. Where did that come from? Wales. You've got to be better than that. Lorenzo Pani does so well. Makes that out of nothing. Straight from the line out. Quick ball. Looping around. Nicotera. Loop. Oh, sucking in defenders. Ioane makes it. And then it's Pani who just leaves Josh Adams for dead. Just goes, cheers. Yeah, down is the outside, cuts on the end, and he is over the try line. Yeah, I've got BC pulling the strings, but it's just the confidence of all their centres. When you are Wales as defending that back line, you look at Bricks, got BC, Menoncello, Ioane, Pani, like who do you expect the ball to go to? And the answer is you don't know because they're all capable of carrying that ball forward. Ends up with Ioane just straightening, hitting a great line. Gives it off to Pani, who I didn't think would get all the way in. Ran 20 meters on his own. Beats two, just enough pace to evade Rio Dyer. Inside, Josh Adams left for dead. And it's a try, and it's converted. That is 18-0 now. Oh, my word. Game over for Wales. I think so, Matthew Dixon. I'll be incredibly surprised if something else happens from here. Uh, Italians are just absorbing so much pressure. And I think the Italians can play better, to be honest. I generally do. Welsh just not being able to, it's just a silly mistake from Anabir, a neck roll, not getting to the ruck in time, concedes a penalty straight from a line out. You should not be conceding very many tries like that. And that's, I think, this Wales defense is in shambles at the moment. The kickoff is good. Now it's back to Wales, about the halfway line. Winner takes it forward. Going right now. I do think there's going to be a little bit of a comeback now from Wales. They seem to be doing a couple more things right at least with the ball in hand. Rio Dyer now spins out wide to him. Tries to get a kick in, but skews it a little bit. And Pani with a lot of pressure just manages to get that away. Wow, that was almost a charge down, and if it was, it could have been a lot of trouble. Also, just while trying to stay in his own half, I was looking a lot better with ball in hand. Kind of, I think, getting it decently wide, but a little bit more support to chase the kick from Rio Dyer. Nick Tompkins has been subbed for Mason Grady. Excuse me. Sorry about all this coughing, ladies and gentlemen. So Tompkins off, Mason Grady on. George North now takes it in from the line out, and they get a penalty. Will they go for the 3 points? It's a big kick, I know. I do not think they will. No, it's far too far. Well, maybe in distance, but not when you're 18 points behind. It's not worth it. Costello fine touch. Oh, he hasn't. It's just these little things that they are not getting right, Wales. As soon as they have that opportunity to get themselves into the game, knock on from Tompkins at the end of the first half, 2 minutes left, knocks it on, or the ball's ripped out of his hands. Adam Beard, they have forward ball, neck roll. Now Costello missing touch as they get a penalty. Luckily, it's been cleared, so they still have the ball. Been kicked out by Italy. They have it now. It's not in the 22. It's outside the 22, which is, I guess, probably where a conservative kick would have gone. So, just it still shows you just these executional errors that they're making. Oh, Josh Adams is going for the 1v1 on the blind side. Thomas Williams now has it. Adam Beard will take it in. Wainwright with support. As well to clear out the opposing man. Oh, breaks one tackle. Does the prop. Thomas Williams. Decently quick ball. Oh, Mason Grady now knocks it on. Partially, it's been a bit unlucky, but also just blow the whistle, referee. That's a big hit from Mason Grady on the Milancello. And they've actually given the second penalty instead of the knock on. It's just they're just waiting for something to click, and it's the classic one when things are going away, looking left, you're right, who are the experienced players? And the reality is there actually aren't that many experienced players in this Welsh team. I don't really know who to look to right now. You're missing the figures of, Dan Bigger on the field, who is an absolute drill sergeant, but you need that. You need to have someone snapping you in position, knowing exactly what to do in the high pressure scenario. Someone who's played in World Cup semi-finals, who's been there for the pressure. Fortunately, I just think this Welsh team don't know who to look to. They have a captain who's 21 years old. Amazing prospect for the future, but not going to give you a lot of insight into the international scene at 21 years old. And it's a triple sub here for Italy. Double prop replacement, and Varney's going off. He's had a decent game. He's managed to keep the game ticking. Terror takes the line out. Clearly passed his head injury assessment. It's a knock on though. It's a knock on, and now Wales have the ball. Oh no, the Welsh knock it on. The amount of knock-ons in this game. What was Canoni trying to do there? He's trying to get out of the way of the ball. He didn't think the pass was for him. Leaned back, just hits him. Goes straight down. Um, Adam Beard is now off. Will Rowland's on. Not the best game from Adam Beard. He's usually Mr. Consistent for this Welsh team, but Will Rowland's good replacement for him. So Thomas Williams puts it in. Wainwright pops it out. Thomas Williams gives it to Mason Grady, who does well to break the line. Taken down though. Wainwright now with the strong carry there into the 22. As he sends it all the way to the right hand side. Costello now pops it off. Oh, that's tough from the ref. Breaks over the ball when it's stolen from him. He's barely had a chance there, not releasing. I do think that's really tough, but breaks all over it. He is an absolute monster. Yeah, it is the right call. At the end of the day, he didn't release. It was very quick, but Rex was just lightning fast straight over the ball and straight onto it. He was going to take it straight out of Winnett's hands had he not held on. So correct call in the end. It was a bit harsh to begin with, but that's definitely the correct call. Another 22 entry and another entry without any returns for these for the Welsh. The Welshmen just cannot quite crack the Italians. Again, similar to this beginning of the last half, so much time is being spent in the Italian half, but nothing to show for it. Really, the issue, they need to be a bit more clinical. Lots of unforced errors and just a lot of frustrating um, just mistakes to be making from this Welsh team. As the Italian centre boxing Pedro sends it high. Another great take from Josh Adams. Um, Alex Mann takes it now in. Costello tries to hit under, up and under, and it's just horrible. Takes it right leg, more of a cross kick. It's not where you wanted the ball to go. Costello not having a good day out today, unfortunately. And now the Italians have it on the left hand side. Brex is underrated. Agreed. Brex, I think, would be in the squad of most international sides. But he's saying Italy, Italy by 25. It could be. That's one try away. Um, when it takes it under the high ball, decent take. They're now driven back. They're close to their own 22 now, are the Welsh. Thomas Williams has it. Sends it high. Oh, Rio Dyer goes for the chase. Has he forced an error there? I think he has. Yeah, well done, Rio Dyer. One of the better players in this Welsh jersey today. Just tirelessly chasing the ball, trying to create space. Needed a little bit more help. Just gets the hand on the ball as Gobisi looks to take it and rips it out of Gobisi's hand, meaning that Gobisi knocks it on. As they line up for a scrum here. As they take the scrum here. Wales put it in. Thomas Williams has it. That means the blind goes right. Costello has it. George North gives it off. Sorry, rather, Mason Grady gives it off to George North. Thomas Williams gives it off. Big carry from Dylan Lewis, but an equally big tackle from the Italian defence. This rush defence is causing havoc, but they manage to get it wide to win it. Who takes it? Who gets a big hit put on him? And is there a turnover? No, not quite holding on. The very left hand side of the field, now to the 10-meter line of the in the Italian half. Italians need to be careful not to concede a penalty here. Oh, he bumps off one. Mason Grady, he's had a good start after coming on, just bringing so much more physicality than he was. Thomas Williams with a little dart, and he gets past one, pops it off to Josh Adams. The ball's loose, but it's picked up. They're into the 22 now, are the Welshmen. They're going to go wide. Wainwright gives it off. Rowlands takes it in. They're helping. Wainwright helps get it out. Winnett is now at scrum half. Alex Mann takes it through. And it's Thomas Williams. 15 meters out now are the Welsh. They need to get points from this. They absolutely have to. They want to turn this game around. Thomas Williams now going to the right. Will Rowlands with the carry. Oh no! Another turnover to clear out from the side. It's a tired Welsh who's just not keeping up with the speed of the game. Committing cynical fouls. We saw the one, the Necro earlier. We saw seeing Slider's entry. Will then Ruzer just yeah, they had an overlap there. The Welsh need to do something a little bit more than just hands down the line. There's just no um, creativity or imagination that's being used. George North now gone down. Might doesn't look like it might will be that swan song that he hoped for in his final game of a incredible 100-cap career. Nicotera has now gone off, replaced with Chelsea. Chelsea on for the second time in this game after initially coming on for that head assessment. Good game from Nicotera. A couple good turnovers. It's a really solid performance. We're seeing him repeat these types of performances more and more frequently. Negri is now also off. No, he's not. He's jogging off. Looked like he was going to. Sent back. There's a wooden spoon in the crowd that the Welshmen have got in their teeth. I think they just, it seems like they're owning it. They're calling it themselves. The wooden spoon looks like it's going to be theirs. 57 minutes gone. Mackenzie Martin's on for the Welsh. As the Italians kick out to touch, they now have a line out. It's popped off Motiano with a strong line. He's had a really good game. Just runs with so much confidence. Breaks now, takes it in. Another good tackle though. At the halfway line now, the Italians in the middle of the park. Oh, a little loose. Oh, but they just managed to take it in. Could be at the expense of a couple of players after a little collision there. Pedro now has it at the back. Looking to send this one high. Costello almost playing, just making Chris Adams almost giving obstruction away, but just getting hard in time. A bit of a scuffle off the ball there. Mackenzie Martin. No frustration being shown here. Thomas Williams continuing to dart to bring that over. I think they need to go back to those little kicks over the top. That was working for the Welshmen in the first half. As they get that forward momentum, they're going to send a box kick here, which is probably the right idea. As you get on that back foot, if you can just hop one over, they haven't been defended. They were just a bit unlucky not to get the bounce right in the first half. BT takes a really good take. He takes a bit of momentum forward to get to the halfway line. Negri takes it down, places it back. Pedro passes it back to Spagnolo, the substitute. Pedro now with the ball at the back, looking to send the box kick up. Italy just continuing to play, make sure that the Welsh have to play out from their own 22. Almost a high tackle, but just around the chest. Chip and chase. Can they finally? Oh my word, that's a big knock. Was that? Oh, there's another big knock. There's a chip and chase. Now the ball is loose. They try to kick through the Italians, but the Welshmen are coming back. The Welsh have their tails up now. They're still in their own half. Okay, they've said time off. So Costello chips and chases. Mason Grady goes for it. Goes to catch the ball, knocks it on. It looks like a head-to-head with, I think, Pani. Oh, head-to-head. Pani's not done anything right there, though. Oh, that is straight head-to-head. Mason Grady trying to take the ball while sidestepping. It's just out of reach. Pani just kind of jumps forward, doesn't really engage to anything. As Mason Grady comes up after having knocked the ball on, just bangs his head into one another. It's kind of Mason Grady's top of his head to the under chin of Lorenzo Pani. I mean, technically, Pani's in the wrong here, although he's come off second best. He's the one who's the tackler and is upright, jumping into a tackle, not really in control. It's one of those 50-50s where you didn't know who was going to get the ball, so it's not as obvious. Um, and it's a classic rugby collision. Just listening to what the referees are saying here. Yeah, initially both going for the ball. Mason Grady then gets it. Oh, that is a big hit. Um, so what they're saying is, I don't think either will be penalised, or at least I don't think it will be a red. Yeah, it's classic. Both players wanted to get to the ball. So Pani wasn't shaping up to be a tackler, but he did kind of jump off his feet, showing it in real time. It looks like I don't think they're going to put it down to a rugby incident. They're going to stay at the scrum for the knock on. So they're just given the knock on. Pani's actually fine. I thought he would maybe go off. It's anything with these ones, they don't actually go for head injury assessments. So as it stands, Italy on 11 points, tied with France and Scotland. Their points difference is significantly worse, so they won't catch them on that. They do manage to score two more tries, however, but take them to 12 points, meaning that if France and Scotland, if France and Scotland lose, they could leapfrog them. Yeah, if France and Scotland lose, they could leapfrog them into third. I mean, this Italian team coming third would be absolutely nuts. So yeah, I've been missing the chat a little bit, Richard. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Alan, top right of the screen, it is a bit small, but it's 18 now. It's stand 61 minutes gone. Also done well now from their scrum. They've taken it all the way to the right hand side, made good distance, and now they are 35 meters out from the Italian line. They've got numbers on the outside here. They've gone back inside. Rio Dyer, can he break the line? Inside. Thomas Williams, is he going to get there? No. Tackle down. It's a great tackle from Brex. They are 4 meters out now. Oh, the Welsh. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Oh, no. Don't tell me they've lost this again now, the Welsh. Oh, it's been turned over. It's been turned over. How did that happen? They just stood there waiting for the ball to come out. 4 meters from the line. The Welsh just can't do anything to get a point on the board. And it's clear. They'll have a line out 10 meters out. Italy, Richard saying Italy deserve a good victory. They play good rugby the whole competition. Absolutely. They absolutely do. And they played so well today. I mean, what? It was not, actually was not Bricks. It was Ross Vincent. What an absolute tackle. Wraps him around his ankles. Thomas Williams stopped in his tracks as he was coming down on that thing. And now Thomas Williams looks like he might be injured. Really good game also from Thomas Williams. Him and Rio Dyer have been the two players for me that have stood out in this Welsh team. But have otherwise looked pretty hopeless, unfortunately. So now the Welsh have their line out, 10 meters out, and one more sub to Thomas. Thomas Williams is off. Kieran Hardy is on for him. and it's a reset because Thomas Williams isn't quite off the field yet. So 18 minutes left. Honestly, Wales have actually been decent this half. Like, just not clinical enough. They've played a lot more of the rugby though than these Italians, to be fair. Um, and there was that one try, and it kind of came from nowhere from the Italians from inside, from the halfway line. But they take a more now, do the Welsh, and they get far. 1 meter from the line, 2 meters from the line, rather. Very, very close. Jenkins goes underneath, tries to get forward. They're pushing forward, just keeping it tight with the forwards. Oh, it's a pick and drive. Wainwright tries to get forward. They have advantage now, the Welsh. Can they get something from this? Surely. Now's the time. George North takes it in. Ian Hardy pops it off. Oh, oh, is he over? He looks like he's got it down. Has he? It's Elliot D. Kind of got down. I think the on-field decision is held up. So he's saying he doesn't see a clear grounding. They're going to check. So if there's no try, they'll go back for the initial offside infringement. Once again, so they didn't see the grounding. I think it is a try. Oh, it looks down. It's kind of being held up just off the ground, but I think he gets that arm down. That is the ball. That's the ball. I don't think it's dropped. You can't really see who's holding it. So the ball goes down. Oh, no, but it's gone backwards. I think that's the try. So what's happened is his hands are on it. It kind of slips out, but it goes backwards out of his hands. Elliot D has it. He's trying to push forward. He kind of gets lifted up a little bit. So it's been pushed out of his hands. He's kind of levitating over the try line, and he's pushed down. So the one question is, he was kind of picked up after initially being tackled. He goes down. It's like half a meter from the line. Then the drive plus the tackler, drive from the Welshman plus the tackle kind of means he's lifted a little bit further. I think it's still a try. It's been pushed back. It's knocked down. It's not clear, but he knocks it backwards and then puts his hand on top of it. So I think that's still going to be a try. And it is try awarded. Wales are in the game finally. The crowd are on their feet. This is what they've been waiting for. Is the wooden spoon still out of reach here? Remember, all Wales need is 2 points. Italy needs 2 points to avoid it. Let's try the Costello with the conversion attempt. Oh, just squeeze it in. Just squeeze it in. And we've got a rugby match on here, folks. We've got a rugby match. Strap yourselves in. This could get exciting. There we go. Italy, as I said, largely this half haven't really playing a lot of the ball. They had one try, which is a bit of a breakaway. Sends it. Obviously sends it back into their half. Oh, was that a high tackle? It is. It is a high tackle from the substitute hooker. You feel a little bit of a momentum change. The crowd is lively. Wales now believe they just needed to get that first try over. First points on the board. Settled the nerves a little bit. It's 7 points to 18. Still a lot of work to be done. Um, but two more tries will bring them right back into this. Wales give it off. Here Hardy towards the left. Taken down Wainwright, helps clear out. Hardy to the left again. Costello, good line from Winnett, but taken down from Garbisi. Great tackle, really. Costello, there's space out wide if they get it there. Oh, George North with a little shimmy, beats one. Hardy gives it wide. They're going towards the right-hand side. They're at the halfway line now, the Welshman. It's not a steal. Hands on the ground from the stealer. It's his second penalty against Luchesi, the reserve hooker. Again, this momentum shift is palpable. Got to make sure you hit that touchline, Costello. Well done. Well done. We want a game here, folks. We want a game. Second half areas, only 1% of the game has been played in the Welsh 22. As I was saying, that territory is not favouring the Italians right now. Oh no, what have you done, Wales? No, it was not the time. They had their tails up. Italy were a little bit rattled. Unfortunately, it's Mackenzie Martin who's peeling around the back of the mall and he just knocks it on. No other way of saying it, knocks it on. Um, it's unfortunate for Mackenzie Martin. He's been good since coming on otherwise. Really big, strong ball carrier. 13 minutes left here. That would have been crucial. They're going to have to go for tries and not penalties here, though, because even with the penalty, they'll still be 8 points out with the Welsh. Italy have a scrum previously in the first half. Italy have absolutely dominating um, the the Welshmen, and they turn this around. Still the starting front pack for the Welsh, whereas the Italians have a fresh one. So don't want to give away a penalty here, but these are some tired front rowers. It's a good solid scrum. As Canoni takes it out the back, Garbisi swings it out wide, breaks with a strong carry, makes good meters. Pedrello gives it out to the right-hand side, and they're up to the 10-meter now, the Italians, all the way from the 22, just in two phases. Pedrello gives it to the left-hand side now. Good defense from Wales. Going to be a box kick here. We're going to be playing rugby on the other side of the pitch here, of the Italians. Good chase, but Winnett does very well. It's been decent. The one knock-on was miscommunication from him and Costello. Yeah, Costello with a little chip and chase. Oh, and he does manages. I think that's Hardy who picks up the scraps, but it's a penalty against him now. And diving in, offside, from an offside position. Good call from the linesman assisting the referee there. Josh Adams got up the tap, but Messi bouncing around, and Hardy ahead of him picks the ball up offside. It's quite far back actually. It's actually kickable. Wonder if Garbisi, I think he might, Yeah, he has. He's got the tee. It's in the center of the park, just inside the 10-meter, not more than a meter. Missed one kick today, so he's 3 from 4. You'd expect him to get this. Could make it 21-7, which would mean even with 2 converted tries, that only gets into 21 all. This would be a big, big blow against the Welshmen if Gobisi slots this. 10 minutes left on the clock. Strikes it. It's a good strike, and it's through. So repeatable. Incredible from Gobisi. Just calm under pressure. Well done to him. Really good kicking tournament. Unfortunately, the headlines will remember the one that he missed when it mattered most against the French, but that was class and seen. It could be a very, very destructive 3 points against the Welshmen trying to fight back here. Arnie takes it and puts in a huge kick. Absolutely monster kick. Pushing Wales right back into their own half. That's what the Italians need to do again. Don't not let this Welsh team get into their half. Throw in. Take it cleanly. Kieran Hardy, Costello out wide. George North takes it in. Hardy again to the left. Costello. Oh, he went flat. He went flat. But there was an intercept opportunity. Louis Leinach just missing out. Flat ball from Costello. Oh, definitely not a professional knockdown. I don't think Rio Dyer would have been gone anyways. But Louis Leinach, had he got that, he was finished, and that would have been the game. Certain match. Alas, it was a knock on. Now Wales have the lineouts. Hardy takes it wide. Good defense from Bricks. I mean, what a game he's had. Oh, he's so imposing, and it's a penalty to Wales. That got BC over the ball. Stop, BC. I mean, what more do you want to watch from an Italian backline? Their outside centre making a big hit. Then their fly half who's just slotted 3 points over the ball. Rio Dyer left, a little isolated. They're going to go for the points again. A proper test match rugby. 3 quick tries. And it's a comeback, says Matthew Hunter. Not sure if it's on the cards anymore. I imagine you sent this before this last penalty. But it's Pedrello, a little bit further of a kick, probably 45 meters or so. Only about 4 meters further back. But we saw this last weekend versus Scotland. Obviously handed over the tee to him. And he duty slotted that one. Right footer instead of left footer. As he lined this up. Good strike. Has he got the distance? Absolutely. That looks like it might be the game. Wales might be going home with the wooden spoon here. 24 points to 7. They'll need 2 converted tries and a penalty just to draw level at this point. Go back to that mistake by Mackenzie Martin. Straight after Wales scored that try, they had such forward momentum, and then just couldn't. And then a very simple knock on, peeling around the back of a line or whatever. Since then, it's just been Italy. Fair play to them because they absorbed that pressure and they've come right back in it and just taking the sting out of the game, getting 2 penalties and really making it a bit of an unassailable lead. Still 6 minutes here as the kickoff is good. The Italians now have it. Pedrello, the box kick, sends it high, misjudged in the air, and the Italians get it, but they're driven out. There's going to be a little bit of fighting going on here. Clearly frustration just from the Welshmen. It's Lloyd that's on now. $185 tackles from the Italians this game. That is immense. Incredible defensive work from them. Just spearheaded by Brex, who's just been absolutely phenomenal. Wales try and maul it, but not going forward, so they send it to the back line now. Mason Grady now takes it in. Oh, can win it. Oh, beat him on the outside rear. Dyer knocks it out into touch. One of them days for Wales. One of them days. They're going to go 0 for 5. 5 losses, 0 wins, unfortunately. Came close against England. Came close against Scotland in the first game. Make an incredible comeback there. But France held them up for the first half. Ireland were never really in it. And to be honest, haven't really been in this game either. One point of momentum would have been 10 minutes ago as they scored their first try. Player of the match, Ignacio Brecht. Now this always bothers me. How can there be 5 minutes left in the game and the man of the match be announced already? There's a scenario that exists where a Welsh person scores a hat-trick and they win, and now Brecht is called the man of the match. Anyways. If you have a scrum and they have it at the back. I mean, Brecht has deserved it, don't get me wrong. He's been amazing. But how can you announce a man of the match before the match is done? Does not make sense to me. But Wales get the penalty, driving sideways from the Italians. As Costello puts it deep. It's actually a great kick. It's a great kick. 4 minutes to go. It's not Costello, it's Lloyd. Ewan Lloyd. Coming in 10, Costello off. Wainwright with the jump. Takes it up. They're going to try and maul this. We have Evan Lloyd with the ball at the back there. Slowly making their way towards that 5 meter line. Being told to use it. Hardy gives it off. Mason Grady takes it in. They're going quick ball. Need to be a little bit imaginative here, Wales. You can't just go hands down the line. There's so many numbers on the left-hand side. They can get quick ball. They should get a try here, should Wales. They're 2 meters from the line. Passes it back. McKenzie takes it in. They're going right again. Hardy tries to get it. They have a penalty advantage. 77 minutes gone. Is there time? I doubt it, but they're going to have to get over right now if there is. Is it too little, too late? They have the ball 1 meter from the line. Pick and drive on the left. Did he get over? Oh, it looks like it's knocked on. I think it's knocked on. But they're going back for the penalty. They're going to have to tap and go. They don't have time for anything else. I try to place it over the rolling man, and it's just knocked on in the end. Tap and go. Evan Lloyd takes it forward. They run underneath the post. Hardy. Oh, it's a great tackle from Menoncello who gets Lloyd down. They've been driven back. Now they're 10 meters out, are the Welsh. It's not going to be enough time to fight a comeback, but they want to go down fighting. And here, oh, shame, George North is down. Unfortunately, in his last game, he might not even finish. Mason Grady takes it up high. McKenzie now getting it off the left-hand side. Harry O'Connor takes it forward. They are 1 meter from the line. Wainwright, can he get it over? Yes. No, not quite. I thought he had placed it. Will they get over? Surely not. Yes, there is. There's a try. Try time, Wales. Second try. 2 tries for each team. Excuse me. He's deserved that as Rollins. He's been immense since coming off the bench. So physical. third try in his 33 tests under his name now. One of the more experienced players. Shame, George North. This is brutal. I don't know if there are 30 seconds left and he's being carried off. That is brutal. Take a bow, George North. What an absolute Welsh rugby legend. As the kick takes place, Lloyd, very good kick straight through. Great, great strike. But that's incredibly sad for George North. He is a man who does not show pain easily. And unfortunately, he's showing pain now. Standing ovation for him, as he deserves. Incredible career. I always remember him in that British and Irish Lions series in Australia just being immense. That's 2013, 11 years ago. He would have been 20 years old at the time. I mean, to think that he's only 31 now, over 100 caps, and he still could be current playing, but well done. Unfortunately, not on the winning side and in a wooden spoon Welsh team, but an incredible career nonetheless. So that converter try takes it to 14 points to 24. And we are in the red. But Wales will continue to try to run this. They're still trying to run it here, Wales. A little chip over the top from Hardy. Oh, a little toe poke. Oh my word, he's gone. He's got to go score it. Amazing. This is so sad that it's only for the losing bonus point. It ends up being those two penalties. That penalty from Pejrello. The scoreline just does not reflect the game at all. Little dink over the top from Hardy. Then incredible work from Mason Grady, who's been really good and physical since coming on. As Pani goes down to get his hands to the ball, toe poke past them, and it just bounces up for him. No, it was Gobisi who he kicked it past, and it bounces straight up, and he was never going to get caught after that. I mean, they were lucky in the 82nd minute. Lloyd lines up to slot, and it's a consolation, 2 tries in the end for Wales. I mean, 79th in the 82nd minute. But Italy can be very, very proud of themselves. It's good for my Super Brew having said a 1 point win for Wales, but I mean for Italy, sorry, and the Italy's as they should be are ecstatic. What a game though! Really decent second half. I mean, Wales just not clinical enough. The 22 it's going to be a really really tough pill to swallow for them though. That's 5 losses in a row. What a campaign for Italy. This was a second 2 wins from them. It's not going to put them in contention for the 3rd place finish, but they'll guarantee 5th place, which is amazing. Ending on 11 points, 1 draw, 2 wins, and could have been 3 wins versus France. I mean, what a campaign that would have been. Great just to see a competitive Italy. But that's the end of our show. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Matthew Dixon got the precise results. Yeah, I don't think either of us saw that one turning out that way, but fair play. When you say it's lead by 3 and they win by 3, you got to take all the credit. But thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate it. Please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps, and thank you to our sponsors, BITDEFENDER, for all the support. That's it for me. Your host Daniel. I will be back next week for another watch long. Until